Do you know when you change your own personal mindset when you go to a competition, the competition completely changes dynamic? So what I mean by this is, most people will enter a competition for Jiu-Jitsu. I'll speak Jiu-Jitsu first. Most people enter a tournament hall and they'll walk in and feel the atmosphere, feel the energy, feel the noise, the smell, the atmosphere. This is one thing that I can remember definitely. You know, all these things, these senses firing when I walk into the arena. And most people, when they walk in, are overwhelmed by that first initial feeling, thought, as soon as they walk in. Anxiety, as soon as they walk through the door. Now, when I walk through the door, the change is different for me when I walk through the door. So when I walk in, all that the smell, the noise, watching the people compete already, triggers in me a smile that is uncontrollable. I can't stop the smile. So when I walk in, I instantly feel, and I feel it straight away, and I say it in my head when I walk in, this is where I want to be. This is where I'm doing what I love doing every single day. And if you make a switch in your mentality when you get to a competition and you think to yourself, I do this every single day, regardless of whether I'm at this competition or I'm on the training mats, your mentality will switch. Your thought process will change. And if you love what you're doing in the competition, at the competition or competitive level, if you're competing, you're loving what you're doing, then you'll go a long way. This is one of the biggest battles people have. If you don't enjoy competing, don't compete. You can have love for Jiu-Jitsu without competing. You don't have to compete at all. And I know a hell of a lot of people that do compete find their love for Jiu-Jitsu through competing, but I know a hell of a lot of people that don't compete through Jiu-Jitsu and have equally as much fun, enjoyment out of that side when they're not competing. So mindset is a big thing in any sport, but in Jiu-Jitsu, for me, mindset is a huge thing. And when I spoke about the previous video, speaking a little bit about mindset there and anxiety, speaking about anxiety mainly, and I was talking about pre-comp anxiety, for me, it just took a switch. I had to ask myself the question, what was causing me the anxiety previous to the competitions? And the thoughts that were going through my head that caused me anxiety, there was horrible feeling in the stomach, you could feel yourself nervous straight away. It was, before the competition, thinking scenarios that were going to happen on the day. I'm going to do this, he's going to do that, he'll make this grip, I'll make that grip, I'm going to try this sweep, I'm going to do that sweep, I'm going to do this takedown. When in theory, none of those things happen. So you can be your own worst enemy by thinking these things. So now, night before, I don't think about any scenario whatsoever, none at all. Most of the time, the night before the comp, I don't even think about the next day I'm competing. I just carry on the day normal. And that way I've found that when I get there, I am in a relaxed state and I'm not anxious, I'm not nervous. Soon as I start warming up, I feel 100% ready for what I'm going to do, the challenges that I'm going to face. And before I step on the mats, I always say, this is literally what I do every single day. So there's no change for me here. The only thing that's changed is the scenery. That's the only thing that's changed, the venue. From walking out of the gym, where I train nearly every single day, to walking into a sports hall, that's the only thing that's changed. The mindset should still be the same, because when we train at the competition training session, it is a competition training session. The mindset is, you can't lose this round on points. You can't be submitted during this round. these things happen, yes, but then you go back to the drawing board and you fix those problems, and that's what makes you better in the long run. I'm not saying that you go to the competition training and that none of that happens, because it does happen. But what I'm saying is the mindset is competition training, you are at a competition. At a competition, the mindset is the same as competition training. The only thing that's different is the person that stood in front of you and the venue and the noise. Other than that, nothing is different. You need to implement what you've done in your competition training in a competition. And then on the day, if the person beats you on that day, congratulations. You have beaten me on this day. I'll step back, I'll take a look at what happened, I'll change, I'll evolve, I'll adapt, I'll get better. I'll compete again. And then from that, once you realise that you finish that competition, win or lose, nothing changes. Nothing else in your life changes. If you lose, you finish, you go back home. Monday morning, you're in competition training. You win that Worlds, you win. Yeah, let's not talk about social media, because that'll probably boost, boom, explode, your name's out there. But other than that side, you finish that World Championships, you come home, Monday morning, you're back competition training. Nothing changes. And if people get that through, I think they'll have a lot of success and be able to control the anxiety, the nerves, pre-competition.